Let's turn our focus now to Libya, as the North African country remains mired in a civil conflict. A shocking plot by China to increase its influence and tap its energy resources has now been exposed. China allegedly secretly planned to sell military drones to Libya under the pretense of COVID-19 aid. This bombshell revelation has been made in a report by the Telegraph. It brings an international scandal to light, as the plan was reportedly being executed using a web of shell companies in other foreign nations. Since 2014, the oil-rich Libya split under two rival administrations. One is the UN-backed administration based in Tripoli. It is led by Prime Minister Abdulhamid Dbeibah. The other is the Benghazi-based Eastern Administration, which is headed by the military general Khalifa Haftar. Now, in 2020, the conflict reached a violent stage when Haftar was attempting to wrest power in a bloody war largely fought with drones. The United Nations banned any direct or indirect arms sale to Libya. However, one nation decided to circumvent this rule, none other than China. As per the Telegraph report, it was during this time that Beijing planned to arm Khalifa Haftar's Eastern Administration. The report says that China secretly planned to send as many as 92 drones capable of loading multiple missiles to Libya. These drones were reportedly disguised as coronavirus aid and were in direct violation of a United Nations arms embargo. In exchange, Haftar's administration, which controlled almost 90% of Libya's oil fields, would supply barrels of crude oil to China. With this shady deal, China hoped to end the country's civil war quickly, because it would have then allowed Beijing to cement its foothold in future trade with the oil-rich country. The report also details a very complex web of shell companies that were helping China to execute its plan. It says 3 employees of the International Civil Aviation Organization, or the ICAO, a UN agency in Canada's Montreal, were a part of the plan. Now, these 3 employees allegedly negotiated the drones for oil deal. As a part of the secret deal, the Chinese Wing Loon drones were to be sent to Libya. Then, crude oil from Libya was to be sold to China at a discount. To hide the illicit transactions, a shell company registered in the UK with a Chinese director was a part of the scheme. Now, other shell firms in Egypt and Tunisia were also involved. As per the report, these entities could have been used by China to avoid sanctions and bans by covering up international payments and transfers. All these details have now emerged as a part of an ongoing investigation in Canada. In April, 2 ICAO employees were charged on suspicion of participating in the conspiracy. As per reports, the Chinese representative with whom these men were negotiating the deal appeared to have direct communications with the Chinese Foreign Ministry. A Chinese firm interested in the deal was also seemingly directly tied to the family of Xi Jinping, the country's president. But this is not the only deal that possibly took place. Now, in June of this year, the Italian authorities seized Chinese drone parts that were disguised as wind turbine equipment bound for Libya. All of this suggests that China, which is already the world's largest exporter of drones, may be sending far more weapons to Africa in secret.